All right guys, I'm going to be going over a few different exercises you can use to help improve ankle dorsiflexion, but we're going to focus on the frontal plane. So the first one, we're going to use a lacrosse ball. Sometimes I'll use an mobility ball for this exercise. The way we're going to set up is you're going to put the lacrosse ball underneath the lateral malleolus and then get your leg into a figure 4 position. From here, you're going to take your right hand, in this case it's my right hand, stabilize the lower leg while the left hand pushes through the calcaneus, not straight down, but almost at a curve, like so, like you're trying to round it over the lacrosse ball, okay? So again, right hand is stabilizing the lower leg, and the left hand is pushing the calcaneus down and over the lacrosse ball. All right, next we're gonna do Dowell Dorsiflexion. So for this particular exercise, I'm gonna put a PVC pipe here. You can use a PVC pipe or a wooden dowel. You're gonna put it on the outside of your 5th med head, okay? From here, you're gonna stabilize the PVC pipe, take your knee, wrap it around the PVC pipe, and come forward into dorsiflexion. Key here is making sure that your foot doesn't lift up off the ground, and you keep your big toe firmly planted into the floor. Next, we're going to do a self-mobilization of the foot and the ankle into the frontal plane. This one's similar to the one we did with the PVC pipe. We're going to use the hands on the foot to stabilize and maybe get a little bit more out of the frontal plane by that stabilizing force from the hands. So the way we're going to set this up is you can put your foot up onto a bench, take your hands, overlap them on top of the dorsum of the foot here, and keep it stable. From here, we're just going to push the knee out as far as we can into abduction and external rotation, just like that. Now, if you need to, you can add a little bit of dorsiflexion. The primary emphasis on this exercise is just pushing that knee and hip out as far as you can while keeping the foot firmly planted into the bench. So for this exercise, we're going to put a different spin on our typical banded ankle mobilization. So this exercise is typically performed by performing this movement, ankle dorsiflexion, with the band pulling the talus posteriorly. So instead of working in the sagittal plane, we're going to do the same exercise, but we're going to do it in the frontal plane. So you're going to take the band, put it around the foot and the ankle so that it's oriented in such a way that it's pulling the talus back and down so that your tibia can move over top of the talus. So from here, instead of doing just dorsiflexion, we're going to step out to the side and back to this side. Now the key here is keeping the foot down while we do this movement. You want to have the knee bent a little bit so you have some degree of dorsiflexion, and we're just working back and forth here. Another way we can do the banded ankle mobilization is working directly in the frontal plane with the band pulling the ankle into the frontal plane. So in this case, instead of facing forward with the band pulling me backwards within the sagittal plane, I've got the band around my ankle in the same fashion I did before, except my body's turned, as you can see here. So I've got the band just below my lateral malleolus to pull my foot down into basically an eversion moment. And then from here, I can do the same movements where I lunge laterally, either direction, keeping that foot firmly planted into the ground.